So first of all, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity, two words. Cyber means computers, networks, all of that. Security means protecting. Let's say I have money. How do I protect money? First, I'll put it in a locker. Then I'll put a security guard. Then I'll put a CC camera. If I'm going too extreme, maybe I'll do some Mission Impossible things. You know, Mission Impossible movies, right? Something will be somewhere available. Going there will be very difficult. All of that I'll do. Same way, I have a computer and I have some data. Data is money these times. You know Facebook, right? Facebook business is what? Data. Collecting your data, selling to whoever they want, mainly advertisers publicly, some other people privately. Data is money. So whatever data you have, either about yourself or about your clients or about your users, if you can't protect it, there can be a lot of problems. So anything you do to protect that particular data will all come under cybersecurity. Okay. Why are we learning all of that? Reason number one, there is a lot of data, but there are not a lot of people who can protect it. So if we learn it, we'll be able to get the job and we can use it to either again earn money and provide security to the companies. Okay. So same thing, that is the same thing as importance. Why it is important? Cybersecurity is important. Everyone will be affected. Okay. I can get hacked tomorrow. You can get hacked tomorrow. And if you don't learn about it, you will become a victim. Okay. Next, evolving technology, which means whatever I learn to protect today, it will not be the same tomorrow. Okay. It will be something else. It will be updated. It will be downgraded, whatever happens. I have to keep on learning, keep on updating myself in order to make sure my data is safe. Okay. Third, business or reputation or financial damage. For example, if I get hacked, I don't care what anyone thinks. So no reputation problem. I don't have any business, so no business problem. But I may lose money. Financial problem for me. Okay. If let's say ABC company, software company got hacked, they may lose money or not, that's a different thing. But reputation will be lost. People will not trust ABC company anymore. So they will not do business with them anymore. So reputation and business loss. Okay. Take Indian military. If they get hacked, there may not be any money to lose. They may not be doing business to lose, but reputation of that country will be gone. So multiple losses are there. So to avoid any of the loss, we need cybersecurity. Finally, like I said, individual data also can be leaked. We have to know how to protect ourselves. Okay. But cybersecurity is not a one word. So many things are there. Okay. For example, think about computers. Where computers are available right now? Everywhere. If you can think, tell me which industry doesn't have computers? Agriculture have computers, medical have computers. Do you have anything in mind? If you can think of it by the time the course ends, please let me know because I can't think very much. So many industries are there. Now every industry generates data. Every data needs to be protected. As vast the computers are, that much vast cybersecurity is also. Now I'm going to show you something. It will become very overwhelming when you first see it, but it's not that difficult. Okay. So we call it as cybersecurity domains. Okay. It looks like multiverse from MCU. But again, it's very simple. It's just different branches. Okay. So cybersecurity domains. What is the point of cybersecurity domains? Different sections are there within cybersecurity, and everything what it does is equally important. Think of your human body. So many things are there. Because so many things are there, if one is not working, will you be okay? For example, right now I'm available. Everything is working fine. What if, let's say, I remove a liver? Will it be okay if I remove liver? Will it be okay if I remove heart? Even take a hand, it will be problematic. Same way, all these domains together contribute to cybersecurity. If one of them is not working, that is enough to create a problem. Okay. So pick a color. We have to start somewhere. So pick a color. I'll start with that. Blue, career development. That is one of the least interesting part. But anyway, so career development means people should get themselves involved in cybersecurity. Imagine cybersecurity requirement is there, but people are not interested in cybersecurity. What will happen? There will be less people to, skilled people to provide services, protect. Just like, imagine that we have army, but nobody want to join in army. What happens? That becomes a problem. So that's what we have. Training, certifications, attending conferences to improve the knowledge, self-study to improve the knowledge, peer groups to exchange information. All of that is also important in order to bring new skilled people into the stream. Okay. So ప్రాబ్లం చెప్పావు, సొల్యూషన్ కూడా చెప్పాలి కదా నువ్వు. Anyway, so let's get to the next one, security architecture. Okay. Security architecture means the fundamental, preliminary, technical defense. Okay. Fundamental, technical defense. On the starting, whatever you do to protect your data, all of that will come under security architecture. Okay. Like best example, firewalls, antivirus. What do you do to protect your computer in the first place? Antivirus, firewall. If you don't have them, anything you do on top of that is pointless. Okay. So that is what security architecture, whatever you do in the starting, the entry level point, that if you do properly, on top of that, you can build other things. Okay. We have things like engineering, identity management, cloud security, data protection, designing of your network, cryptography, encryption of your traffic, all that basic stuff will come under security architecture. Okay. Next, what you have is frameworks and standards. Okay. You implemented some security, but how good is that security? Imagine you went to a restaurant. The restaurant says that we are very safe. Our things are very good. How good? You understand? There is a college. They say we are very good college. How good college? How do we know? I think in India, there is this thing called as NAAC. How many of you know about it? NAAC. NAAC or NAC in short, these people they put some standards. They put some kind of guidelines. Based on how well you are following those guidelines, they'll give a ranking. A, B, C, something like that. So if a college says we are very good, we are A, NAC certified A, that gives you some idea, right? What if a college doesn't follow those guidelines? They'll become B, C, D, whatever it is. So you know how bad it is, right? Same way in cybersecurity also, we have some standards, we have some compliances. Okay. For example, I make hackerschool.in website. You can pay fees with your credit card or debit card in hackerschool.in website. Here, I am taking your card details. Will you trust my website to give your credit card details? For example, there is chinnihacking.com. Will you put your credit card details there? No. But if it is pizzahut.com or swiggy.com, You will. Why? Trust. Also, when you open any website, if the website tells you we follow highest standards, if they mention any standards, you will trust it better. Simple example. I have two restaurants. One says we follow WHO guidelines, World Health Organization guidelines. They gave us certificate. Other doesn't have any certificate. Which one will you trust? Okay. Same way, the guidelines are there for a reason. Okay. If you follow all the guidelines, the chances of you getting hacked will be less. Okay. So all of that will come under frameworks and standards. For example, we have NIST. NIST is a framework. It tells you what you have to do to be protected. Okay. For example, when COVID happened, we have some suggestions, recommendations. Do these things, you will not get infected by virus. If you follow what happens, you will be safe. If not, you will be vulnerable to whatever virus it is. Same way, NIST is going to give you some guidelines. If you follow them, all of them properly, then you will have better chance of security. Okay. Similarly, we have ISO. ISO is International Organization for Standards, global organization. You may have heard this thing called ISO 9001 something something. Have you heard that anywhere? So that's a standard. So any company, there are a lot of categories are available. So any company which falls under the standards, if they follow, they will improve their business chances. If I tell you Hackerschool follows international standards, that improves my image in you. So you will do more business. Same logic. Okay. So like that, we have different standards telling you what standards to follow, how to be secure. Okay. You applied some firewall, but is it up to the standard? You can verify and you can bring it up to the standard so you can improve your security. Okay. Next, one of the favorite one, physical security. Imagine that I have a computer. I purchased 5 crores of firewall for that. Okay. Then I forgot it at the coffee shop. Somebody stole it. Now, can my 5 crore firewall stop that? No. Same thing here also. Doesn't matter what many logical controls you implement. Physical security is also important. Okay. So sometimes we have to check for that. Sometimes we have to improve that. Okay. CC cameras, security guards, bollards, man traps, so many stuff available. All of that will come under physical security. Okay. Next, risk assessment. Risk assessment means you did architecture, you followed standards, you implement physical security, you did everything else. But are you safe? Are you secure? If you are secure, how secure? If you are not secure, how insecure? Testing that, identifying that is called risk assessment. Okay. For example, if I am sleeping in my house, how risky it is? No risk. If I am walking on the road, how risky? Little bit risky. If I'm going on a bike without helmet, how risky? More risky. So like that, different things that we do inside of the organization also will depend on like how risky what we are doing is. Okay. We have to identify it. We have to check what we can do to fix it. There are again multiple methods of fixing. So whatever is applicable, we'll have to apply. Okay. For example, do you know health insurance? No health. Don't know health insurance. Health insurance. Hello. Health insurance is E-class can, huh? Sure, huh? Okay. Health insurance. Why we take health insurance? Or not you, maybe someone else. Why take health insurance? For example, let's say accident insurance. Okay. If I go on road on a bike, I may get accident. How do I simply stop it? One option is don't go on road. That is called risk avoidance. You completely stop going there, you avoid entirely. But what if you can't avoid it? Then you have to reduce it. Use helmet, use knee pads or whatever, seat belt, airbags. That is reducing. You can't stop it. So at least reduce the risk. Instead of dying, just lose a leg and then survive. That is risk mitigation. Okay. But what if you don't want to even spend money for that also? Then you have insurance. Leg is broken, but to treatment I need money, right? Do I have money? Maybe not. So what I do? I transfer the risk to someone else. That is insurance. Like that, different methods are there. All of them will come under risk assessment and the whole tree. Okay. Before we move to this bottom segment, do we have any doubts up to now? All good, online students? You can give 0 if you have any questions. You can give 1 if no questions.
No doubt, sir.
Okay. 0 means doubt. Please ask your doubt if you have any. Dinesh says 0. Do you have a question?
No, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's get to the green segment. That is governance. Don't worry about colors on my screen. So governance. What is governance? What is government? You know that. What is government? What is government? If you understand government, you will understand governance. What is government? Why? Why do you need that? Why? Okay, so essentially that. Okay, we have like 100 crores of people. If there is no rules, no restrictions, no laws, no guidelines, what happens? For example, what is it? Afghanistan maybe. Right now, they have Taliban. Do we call it a government? No, they just do whatever they want. If they want to kill you tomorrow, they will kill you tomorrow. There is no process. Okay. So that is lack of governance or government. Okay. In India or in other countries where government is there are rules. You can do this. You cannot do this. If you do this, you will get this benefit. Like if you pay tax, you will get this. If you do illegal stuff, you'll go to jail. Like that, a guidance to the 100 crores of people is what government will do. What they do is called as governance. Same way, when I have a company of 1,000 people, if I don't tell what to do, they don't know how to do what to do properly. So they may do it insecurely and they may get hacked. That is where governance will come. For example, earlier one of the students said he want to become CISO. Okay. CISO is like top level governance kind of thing where they guide people how to do things securely. Okay. So other technical people, for example, they by themselves will not type firewall command. They will tell, do this. Okay. Implement this. Do like this, like that. They'll guide. So the organization can run properly. Okay. So that is governance. We have things like auditing. Audit means I told you all the guidelines, but are you following it? Think of it like a checking. I'm checking if you are following all the rules or not. Okay. Similarly, we have laws and regulations. We have, supervisory procedures. Similarly, we have reports, management involvement. All of that we have under governance. Okay. Like deciding and implementing policies to run the company, just like creating policies to run a country. Whatever you do in the company related to cybersecurity will come under governance. Okay. Next, what we have is, let's talk about user education, the middle one. Okay. I implemented governance. I implemented risk assessment. I implemented frameworks. I implemented security architecture. But none of my employees know about it. For example, COVID happened in India. What if government did not tell anyone anything? We all go outside, we all get infected, we all die. Same way, if your people, your company people, if they don't know, if they don't have knowledge, doesn't matter what you implement, they'll again do the same wrong thing and then get hacked. So apart from doing all of that, we have to educate the user, provide them awareness. Okay, why government will constantly tell you like do safe things, don't smoke. Okay, all other things, I don't remember all the good things right now, but government tells a lot of good things. If you follow, you will be much more safe. Okay, so apart from that, we have two segments: security operations segment, threat intelligence segment. These two are related. Okay, think of security operations like army, threat intelligence like intelligence bureau or raw. Okay, raw doesn't take guns and do shooting. Army doesn't go outside and then collect information. They have their own separate roles, but they work together. Okay, so threat intelligence is where you get details about the threat, upcoming threat. Okay, for example, again, raw will tell army that we got to know that during August 15th, some terrorists are trying to make bomb blasts. That is intelligence, that is information about threat. You pass that information to army, so they will try to stop them. Pass the information to police, they'll try to catch the bad guys. Same way, threat intelligence is where identifying cyber threats, whatever new threats are there in the world, extract the details about them, give it to security operations. So they constantly look for them. Okay, and if they find any such kind of threats, they will immediately try to stop them, try to do whatever they can to prevent them. Okay, so that is threat intelligence, getting information about different threats, and security operations where we use that information to stop threats from happening in our computer or company. Whatever I mentioned here also, not all. There may be so many more available, but these are the majority top kind of things. Okay, now after you complete the course, which one you like, which one you want to go with is up to you. Okay, in fact, if you think about it, majority of them we are going to cover. So after you complete the course, if you are attracted to one specific segment, one specific domain, you can go deep into that and then you can get a job in that specific domain. Okay.
Sir, sorry for the interrupt. Here we are seeing cybersecurity domains, right? Which is the first domain to join, sir, this course? I mean, so this domain.
Let
Means-
me again, first the question is,
Yeah.
so many domains are there. Which domain should be taken first?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what the question again, I'm telling for all other people. So I would not put it like that. Okay. One moment, I'm getting a lot of echo. Thank you. So yeah, I would not put it like that, but I will give you some information. For example, just now I told you, governance is like top level. If I'm 20 years old, will a company give me top level position where I can control the entire IT security department? So if you aim for that when you are very young, will you be able to get it? It's like that. Okay. So some situations are much more deeper, much more requires a lot of experience. Same thing with compliance also. Compliance is like 300, 400 pages of book. Okay. If I give you the book now, I don't think you'll be able to get all of that out of it. Okay. But by 10, 20 years, you learn all the book content practically. While doing the job, you will learn all those things by doing mistakes, by learning from other people and all of that. You will absorb the knowledge. So by 10, 15 years, you will have a good understanding of the governance and frameworks and all of that. Okay. So even though you can jump into it right away, you may not be able to get a position that easily. I still know a lot of people who are working in governance. Okay, it's not just governance, it's called GRC. Governance, risk, and compliance. Three of them together will be there called GRC. I know people who work there at a young age, but that happened in some specific situations. If you ask me, will I get a job in the same situation? I can't say yes. Okay. So you can try. If you are truly passionate, you may be able to get it. But I don't want to say it's a very promising entry level job. Okay. What I would recommend is start with more technical. One moment. Okay. Yes, that is correct. GRC means governance, risk, and compliance. As I was saying, start with more technical, more hands-on. Okay. Best place is SOC, I will say. Why SOC? Come again. Why did you? I did not leave. Me. You have to change, right? You have to expand your knowledge. If I'm stuck in SOC only, I'll be die in SOC only. So I have to expand. You'll get bored. Most people who go into SOC, after some time, it will get repetitive. It will be same investigation, same tool. So after that, you'll need some change. Same. Lemon color, yes. Yeah, correct. So as I was saying,
So one question,
yes.
Srinivasan here.
Yes.
For each of this color code, what kind of job roles can one apply? Like you said, for governance, risk, compliance, like CISO, like a senior role. But what about other roles? Can you tell us, please?
We will talk about that in a moment. First, let me complete the answer for the previous question. So like I said, easiest entry point right now is SOC, because the amount of technical skill required for SOC is comparatively less. Okay. And next to that, I can say security architecture. Job title will be security engineer. Your job will be implementing firewalls, making sure the rules are up to date, implementing IDSs, implementing other defense mechanisms, and making sure they are all always up and running. Okay. The reason, again, this is also very simple, but it is less, what should I say, not so much fun. We have a lot of people who are already working as a network administrators, want to shift much more hands-on, much more active roles. Hence, I preferred SOC. SOC is much more active. You have to do stuff every day. Okay. So when you go for security architecture, you can apply for roles like security engineer and stuff, where you will implement security controls. And for security operations, you have SOC L1, L2, SOC administrator, those kind of job roles. And for threat intelligence, we call it as threat intelligence analyst. So that is a job role for threat intelligence. For governance, like I said, manager, officer, auditor, these kind of names will be there when it comes to governance, GRC, such kind of things like risk auditor, governance auditor, or compliance auditor, like that names will be available. And some of them are not dedicated jobs. For example, career development itself is not a job. It's a segment that strengthens your security. One of the existing department can take care of it. Okay. Same thing with user education. Governance people only will implement training programs, awareness programs to provide that. It's not a job role. It's a segment that needs, attention to protect your company. Okay. So that is about where to start. I would say SOC. If not, if you don't want that much active role, go with security engineering, where you try to defend the company. If you want more active, SOC. If you want even more deeper technical hands-on headache, go with pen testing. Okay. You do that for a few years, you will be able to observe how companies will operate. So you will get that experience. Then you can apply for, higher level positions like GRC, auditor, all of that. Okay. So I have addressed two questions there. One is different job roles for different segments. And second, where to start. Two questions. I hope I have given the answer. If you need more clarification, let me know.
Yes, sir, thank you. And one more thing, sir. Currently, I'm working as a SOC analyst. So I have 3 years of experience, but now I'm thinking to change my role as a penetration or red team. Is it good, or is it good to change, or can I need to learn more in before? I'm just asking you, sir.
The thing is, like, since you're already, again, question is, She already working as SOC analyst from 3 years. She want to shift to pen testing, just like me. Okay. Is she asking, shall I shift it now or do I need more time to practice or to learn? So first of all, it will be much more easier for people who are already in the domain, like IT security, to shift to another IT security domain. But I would say it's mixed bag. Entry level pen testing job, if you go with, it will not be that difficult. You'll get basic tasks only, so it should be fine. But if you want to progress faster, become senior pen test and all of that faster, you may need to learn more and get yourself comfortable with a lot of other things so you can go deeper faster. Okay, because you already spent 3 years in SOC, maybe you don't want to become a junior pen tester and then basic stuff again. You may not want to do that. So again, if you gather some more knowledge, you will be able to progress faster. Otherwise, also it is okay. Okay, you'll have to take things slow otherwise. Okay. Okay. Now let me ask you a question. I think, did I ask the question before? Maybe yes, maybe not. Let me ask again. How much security do you want? Let me give you 4 options. Pick one. Do you want 25% security or 50% security or 75% security or 100% security? 100, 100, 100, 100. Anyone say no, not 100? All of you are wrong then. Imagine I lock all of you in a room. You ask me why? Why are you locking me up? What I said? Security. If I lock you up here, no one can beat you. No one can kill you. No virus will come to you. You are safe. 100% safe. Do you like it? Same way, first of all, 100% security is not possible. Okay, so you will only become 100% security when you die. For example, I locked you up. You thought you are 100% secure, but you may get depression. You know, big boss people, they are locked up into same room. They will get mental issues. After some time, they lose their mind and then they will die. Still, you will die. There is no 100% security. So get rid of that from your mind. Second thing, you have to maintain a balance. Okay, you can't be completely open, you can't be completely closed. Okay, so same thing. So based on that, we have something called as CIA triad. Okay, we have 3 components here: confidentiality, availability, and integrity. First of all, let's talk about confidentiality. What is confidentiality? For example, do you have password for your phone? Yes. Anybody don't have it? Why do you have password for your phone? What happens if they access? SS means yes. So usually when you browse internet, there are 2 types of people. One says, yes, I want privacy, I want confidentiality. Other says, why confidentiality? I am not a terrorist, I am not a bad guy. Why should I hide everything? 2 people. So what do you say to the people who says, I am not hiding anything? For example, what if I say, are you hiding anything? Why are you locking? Why are you locking your phone? There is a answer to that, but I don't think it is suitable to tell in class. So the thing is like, just because there is nothing to hide doesn't mean you have to put everything on the out there open. Okay. For example, again, I may give that example after all. If I go to washroom, why do I close the door? Am I doing any bomb making inside? No, but why am I closing? Am I hiding anything? No, but it's about privacy. It doesn't have to have a reason. Same thing here also. When I have data, I don't want other people to see it. It doesn't have to be important. It can be absolute bullshit. It could be memes, but I don't want you to see my memes. Hence, confidentiality. Okay. Next, integrity. Integrity means how original it is, how genuine it is. Okay. For example, I will give you a certificate. Okay. But what if anyone can get the same certificate? Does the certificate have any integrity? No. So why do you go to university to get a certificate? Why not Chinni University? Because there is no integrity. Okay. The data has to come from a trusted source and it should not be tampered by anyone else. That is integrity. Okay. The more integrity a certificate or some data has, the more value it has. Okay. If I give you a file without any tampering, without any modification, in a genuine original situation, it has more importance, more value. We have to maintain that integrity. When I open my memes folder to you, apart from seeing it, you may delete it. You may modify it. Do I want some random people to modify my memes? No. Hence, integrity. And third option or first option, we came in reverse. First option, availability. When it comes to security, most people will only think confidentiality. Okay. For example, Google is there. You may think that hacking Google means only stealing Google's data. But making sure Google not available to other people is also equally bad. Okay. So the data, whatever data we are trying to protect, not only it should not be accessed by others, it should be available to you when you need it. Understood? For example, I have food. I don't want you to steal my food. Okay. But what if you did not steal my food? You destroyed my food. Can I eat it now? Is it helpful for me? No. Not only I have to protect it from your side, I have to make sure it is available to me when I want it. Okay. So that is availability. If you don't maintain a balance between these three, then your security is not up to the mark. Okay. So too much confidentiality can be a problem. Your data may not be available. What if I take your data? I'll say I'll keep it very safe. Next day when you ask, I said I can't give you. To keep it safe, I'll only give it once a year. Is it good security? No. Similarly, I take the data to protect it, but what if I modify it? Not safe. Like that, you have to maintain a full balance. Okay. Similarly, we have one more thing called as SFU triad. Very similar concept. We have functionality, security, usability triangle. Again, we have to maintain a balance. Too many features, less security, less usability. Too much usability, less security, less functionality. Too much security, less functionality, less usability. I'll give you best example. You know WhatsApp? Too many features. What happened? It's not that secure. We have another application called Signal. Never heard of Signal? That's the concept. Okay. Signal is a security, privacy focused WhatsApp alternative. But because it focuses on security, it can't provide that much functionality. For example, take PM, Prime Minister. Can he casually go to movie, do shopping on the random gully? No, he has too much security. He can't do basic functionality. I can go wherever I want, do shopping wherever I want, eat whatever I want. But do I have security? No, those are complete opposite. We have to maintain a balance. If it is too much functionality, too much usability, or too much security, it can be a problem. You have to maintain a balance. Okay. Just like human body. Too much summer, you don't like. Too much rain, you don't like. Too much winter, you don't like. What do you need? A balance. Little bit of rain, little bit of sun, little bit of winter, so you can be happy. Same thing we have to do for cyber security also. So forget about 100% security concept. First of all, it doesn't exist. Second, even if it is possible, you can't do it. because if you do it, it will become too much hassle. It will become less functional. It will become less usable. Okay. Imagine you have Google Mail, but to log in, every time you have to do 10 passwords. Okay. 3 fingerprints, iris scan, and then a blood donation, a drop of blood. Will you use Google? No, that's a problem. Okay. So any doubts up to now? So far, we talked about domains. We talked about how to maintain a balance. It's all about that. Okay. Yashwant turned his mic on. Are you talking?
Sir, you said that 100% security is not a good thing. So, according to you, how
Mhm.
much security is better?
We can't quantify like a percentile. We have to make sure while the content, while the data, whatever you want, it should be easily accessible. At the same time, whatever amount of security you have to provide, you have to provide. Okay. For example, take bike. What amount of speed is safe amount of speed? I can't tell like that. If it is on a normal Hyderabad road, very less. If it is on a free open highway, maybe more. It all about functionality. Okay. You have to maintain the balance between those two as much as possible. Sometimes it will be more secure, less usable. For example, a server. Take a server. You don't install a server to play games. So it will be less usable, but more secure. But your laptop, more usable, but less secure. Both of them you can't put on the same category and restrict both of them or make both of them free. It depends on each and every device, each and every data. So you have to maintain the balance. There is no fixed percentile for that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So before we move forward, no other questions, right? Okay. Now let me dump you with more theory. Terminology. Okay. Starting with vulnerability. Simple. Vulnerability means weakness. Okay. For example, I'll show you a photo. Have you seen that photo? Like, I don't know how to ask for that. How do I search for it? Armor guy with arrow in eyes. Why is this guy coming? This one. See, it's not good quality. This one is good quality. See here, all secure looking. But what if someone shoots arrow inside this? That's a weak point of this armor. Okay. Same way, your computer also, it may have some weak points. It could be hardware, it could be software, it could be the person who is using that, but there can be a weakness. That weakness can be called as vulnerability. Moving forward, we call it as vulnerability. I don't know why we use a complex word, but we say vulnerability. We don't simply say weakness. Okay. Next, a threat. Threat is what? Imagine that I go into a forest. What can happen to me? Animal. Snakes. You may get bitten by snakes. That is a threat. Lions, tigers, whatever other, you know, maybe foxes, all of that. Other threats. What if you drink water, unsafe water? Get some kind of virus or parasite in your body. All of them are what? Threats. Will it happen for sure 100%? We don't know. But there is a possibility. And that can be a problem to you. I'm not saying snake will come and bite you, but if it comes and if it decides to bite, then you may die. Okay, just because it bitten, you may not die. Sometimes you may go to the hospital quickly and you may survive. But the threat is there. Similarly, when I turn my computer on, connect to internet, there will be some threats. there will be some potential problems. Okay, just like for you in the forest, whatever problems you may face, we call them as threat. Threat. Okay, asset is very simple. Whatever is valuable to you in a digital space, your laptop, your phone, your network, your server, your pen drive, whatever has some value to you can be called as an asset. Okay, so next we have is risk. Earlier we talked about threat, right? If it is a snake, what is the risk? I may get bitten by it, I may die. That is the risk. Okay, if it is a lion, what is the risk? Threat is lion. With that lion, what is the risk to me? It may eat my hand or leg or completely whole body. Okay. Similarly, when I connect my internet, my laptop to internet, there are some threats. Based on those threats, what risk do I have? Let's say a virus. If you take virus as a threat, what risk do you have?
Like laptop may infect.
Yeah, but that doesn't give more details. Infect means what? What happened to you?
So like data loss will be there, or
Data loss. That is correct. If a virus is there, typical virus functionality is corrupting your computer, which means data loss. What if it is a Trojan? You may not know what Trojan is, but it's a data stealing malware. Okay. Your data may not be corrupted, but some hacker is actively stealing your data. Malware same, but threat same. Risk is different. One is data loss. Second one is data tampering. Okay. So like that, different risks can be there. So also there's a combination, like different combinations will be there. So we'll come back to the combination later. Now, if there is any risk, I told you already different risks. How do you deal with a risk? 4 different types. First is risk mitigation. Mitigation means reducing. Let's say if a tiger comes, it may eat my whole body, but making sure I survive by sacrificing my hand, that is mitigation. I may lose 100 GB of data, but trying to reduce it to 1 GB is mitigation. Okay. Next, risk transference. Tiger is coming to eat me. I throw you into tiger. That is risk transfer. Somebody hacked me. I may lose 100 crores. I immediately, or not now, but in the past, I contact ICICI HDFC. Take 100 crore insurance. If I lose 100 crore, HDFC will pay me. Whose loss it is then? HDFC loss. That is risk transference. Okay. Next, risk avoidance. Like I said, don't even do whatever the risky thing is. Don't even go to forest. Then there is no risk. For example, if I start my server, put it on the internet, there is a risk. If I don't do it, no risk. Okay, that is risk avoidance. Finally, risk acceptance. If the risk is too low, then you simply accept it. If I go into a forest, I may get a cold. What you will do? Accept it and sneeze and then go. Same way, if I get hacked, I may lose maybe some unimportant data. That is a risk. What I will do? Accept and then not do anything about it. Okay, that is risk acceptance. Usually, you don't regularly accept it. Whatever bigger risk is there, you try mitigation, you try transfer, you try to avoid. Apart from all of that, if still some risk is there, that you will try to accept. For example, earlier, the whole body tiger can eat. But what am I doing? I'm accepting that, okay, I lose my hand if you leave me alone. Same thing. Okay. Did you understand? Mitigation means reducing the risk. Transference means giving it to someone else so I don't suffer. Avoidance means not doing risky thing at all. And finally, acceptance means risk is too low. I simply accept. Okay. Do we have any questions up to now?